Okay, about the sound in the tunnel. What I've done is, I think I know what it is. I think. I've put it through some filters, so I'm going to go ahead and play those filters. I made notes. You can see what you're hearing, basically what I did to it. And then I'm going to tell you what I think it is. What I think it is. It's not what you think. Unless it is what you think. It could be what you think, and it may not be what I think. Yeah. Let's just play them.
This tunnel's awesome though.
Okay, so I think I figured it out. It's not ghosts. I don't know for sure, but I think this may be what it was. I mean, it could be ghosts still. I mean, this is only a theory, but you hear me out. Okay, so this is our audible range. This is what we can detect with our ears. 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz as far as sounds. What I think was happening was, and this is a recorded phenomenon. I actually found instances of it online. You know, I mean, usually these microphones have to be built to record this, but I think the GoPro, where the microphones on the GoPro were situated at the time inside the tunnel, the damage to the tunnel, and the cars overhead, I think it was infrasound. It was below what we can hear, below 20 hertz. Okay, there's a couple of reasons I think this. Number one, the sound of it. Remember when I said it sounded like somebody had taken a tape recorder and slowed it way down? When you speed it up, it almost sounds like cars passing. So here's what I think happened. The cars were passing on the highway. Where I was at in the tunnel was where the wreck happened. So the ceiling was damaged, the walls were damaged, some of the rocks were able to vibrate more, like they have space, little cracks in them. Infrasound penetrates rock very well. Okay, we're talking long sound waves, like way longer than our ears can pick up. So the cars overhead in that one little spot in the tunnel, whenever they passed, whatever sounds we normally cannot hear from tires hitting pavement, the infrasound of that action was being transmitted through the rock, and the GoPro just happened to be in the right spot to pick it up. And the processor in the GoPro translated whatever sound it was detecting into what we heard. It's something. I'm hearing something. I got to make something out of this. So that's what we got. That's what I'm thinking. It's called infrasound. Now, the interesting thing about infrasound is it can actually be dangerous to humans. I mean, it doesn't take very long to be exposed to it to the point where it is dangerous. People have reported feeling, nauseous, like they can't think straight, Now, at the frequencies that this was delivering, because the microphone was picking it up, it was probably not that low. It was just barely below that 20 or 18 hertz that we could hear. But it penetrated the rock really well. University of Hawaii, let me show you. they picked up meteors from Antarctica transmitting through the Earth. That's coming through thousands of miles of rock. That's a volcano. Now, infrasound doesn't transmit very well through air. It needs a heavy medium because the wavelengths are so long. Generally, I think, is how that works. I don't know a lot about it. There's still some unanswered questions, like why there? I don't know if it had something to do with maybe the damage to the tunnel. It's possible that it just allowed these waves to propagate, and then the GoPro didn't know what to do with it. And why didn't I pick it up on the way through? That's still a question. I don't know if... Well, actually, that's a big question, isn't it? Because I wasn't standing in the way, unless I was. But the GoPro was pretty far out in front of me. It seemed like it would have had a direct line through the Earth. Okay, so still some unanswered questions apparently, but I'm leaning towards infrasound from the roadway, more or less. Like I said, there has to be a logical explanation for this. I mean, it can't be ghosts, right? Like, it just can't. Unless it is. I'm pretty sure it's infrasound. It can't be ghosts. Maybe you will hear something different than I did, but maybe somebody somewhere has some experience with infrasound being relayed through a microphone, because we can't hear it, right? So the camera has to translate into something we can hear. It's like an error. It has to do something. It thinks it has to do it because it's picking up sound and it doesn't understand what's picking up, so it just kind of throws it out there at you, sort of. Like, here, I found this, you know what I mean? Maybe you're hearing something different. Let me know. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I wish I could throw a lot more time into this, but I gotta work. If you want to help me not have to work, why don't you hit that little subscribe button right there and that little like button, huh? That's where I'm at right now. On it. Still some unanswered questions though. More than one.